Okay, hello there, the YouTube. It's Rob here again. I'm going to get into the video in a second. I just need to change something that I say in the beginning of it. I say this is all going to be one video. It's not. This video is already quite long and there's only about half of it. So this is part one of 2 videos. Just ignore what I say at the beginning there. Cool. Enjoy the video. Okay, hello there, the YouTube. It's Rob here again to talk about another download video. I've been getting requests from people to say, you know, can you tell me what to take to a festival, what not to take? So I'm just going to do one massive video about all the different food groups of what to take to download. Camping gear, clothing, food, drink, miscellaneous, all the things. There's links here to each section of the video if that's what you want to just skip to the next bit. So, me and Pagan here are going to go through all of that with you. Let's jump straight into it.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm such a lightweight.
Okay, so the first thing everyone always mentions in these videos is you need a ticket. I almost didn't put this in the video, but you know, it's an obvious thing, I might as well say it. You need a ticket to go to a festival. If you want to go on the Wednesday, you need the 5-day ticket. If you're just doing the music Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you need a 3-day ticket. Make sure it's camping, make sure it's for the right section. If you're driving there, you need a car parking ticket as well. Okay, we're done with that. Let's carry on. So another obvious thing you need is a tent. This is my 3-man tent. It has held 3 of us before at a festival. Wouldn't really recommend it. It's good for me and all of my stuff. Otherwise, yes, just make sure you've got a decent tent. Make sure you put it up before the festival. Make sure you know how to do it. Make sure it's got all the stuff. Yeah, make sure you got a tent. Right, so the next thing you obviously really need is a chair. I've seen some people say they don't take a chair to festivals. I don't understand. It's a silly thing. Make sure you bring a chair. If you don't have a chair, you're gonna be sat on the floor. If it rains, you can't sit on the floor. You're gonna get wet. Like, you're there for 5 days. You're gonna need to sit down at some point. Bottom line, just bring a fucking chair. You've got your tent, you need to sleep in your tent. There's obviously different things you can do. You can get a roll mat, you can get an airbed, a camping bed. Personally, what I do is I have an airbed. Obviously with an airbed, you need to bring a pump. I also, where's it gone? On the airbed, I put this because it stops the cold seeping into your sleeping bag. You obviously need to bring pillows. This is my very, very old one. It does the job, you don't need to bring massive pillows. I usually use that and then a bunch of more clothes wrapped in a t-shirt. It's a pretty good second pillow. Other pillows are just massive and they're just a bit of a hassle to carry from your car to the campsite is all.
Is he asleep?
If you're there at the festival and you intend to eat at food trucks for the entire weekend, oh, look at you rich fuck. I use it for 1 meal a day. If you're going to use them a little bit and you're going to be cooking somewhat as well, make sure you have a hexi stove, something like this. With solid state fuel. You're not allowed to bring gas into the campsite, and that includes like deodorants, any gas for cooking stuff. Don't bring them, they'll just be taken off you. A hexi stove works perfectly well for single meals. Something like this that you can put your food in and cook it. It's also got a small frying pan, things like that. It's just a few extra things, it's not a lot of weight, they're very cheap. And as long as you've got a little bit of patience, they work perfectly fine. Also bring disposable barbecues, they're amazing. Make sure you get decent ones. If you get the really cheap ones, like, they just don't burn. One of the other things I do is I bring frozen burgers, and on the first night and the second day, you can eat them. After that, they go a bit shit, and I don't want to cook them after that. Yeah, so make sure you bring a lot of firelighters, things like this. They work in hexi stove as well. There's different kinds, they're all pretty cheap. I'm making such a mess out here. Okay, so now we're moving on to food.
Or are you just moving him?
So every year I go to a cash and carry and I just stock up on a load of food, and overall it comes out as quite cheap. Pot noodles or noodle snack pot noodle things, I don't know, they're very cheap. This was £3 for 8 of them. They're just as good as pot noodles, they're going to get as much energy as a pot noodle is, and they're just a lot cheaper. Here we have a fuck off big box of Fox's biscuits, which are amazing. This cost me about £5 for 12 packets of Fox's biscuits. That's basically my chocolate and energy bars and snacks sorted. Just them, and I can eat biscuits all fucking day. They're not for you, Pagan. They're for me, for download. You're not going download. On that topic, fuckloads of crisps. Who doesn't love crisps? And at a festival, crisps are amazing. I've got like 70, 100 packs of crisps here. Very cheap, cost me about £5 again. Not very heavy, I'm gonna leave most of them in the car and can just go back to them every morning and get a couple more if I need them. These are the best thing ever for festivals. ADBs, all day breakfasts. They are the best breakfast, they're amazing. If you're not a vegetarian, fucking get some of these, they are the shit. Also tinned food, I did buy some today. No, none of this is for you. Go away. Mac and cheese. I talk about this every year when I do a download video. Mac and cheese is amazing. It's full of starch, it's full of energy, it's full of cheese. They're incredibly cheap. And again, you can just put them in a pan. It takes 2 minutes to heat up. It's an amazing breakfast. Oh, I did actually get some energy bars. What are these? Halves. These things. Energy bars. You're at a festival, you need energy. And they're quite tasty, and again, very cheap. I'm going to talk in a bit about other vlogs about download that I've watched that I really like, but one of them gave me the idea to take Nutella, put it in a sandwich with banana, and you've got an amazing lunch. you want this? Did you? You want the chocolate? Well, you're not allowed to chocolate. Go away. Things like this cost me like 30 quid overall for food for me and my friend for the entire festival. You'll be sorted with this kind of stuff. I think that's it for the food that I've brought. Let's move on to drink, the important thing.
Weird coloured jacket girl. Help me!
I'll start with the non-alcoholic drinks because that applies to everyone that's going. I usually take a 2-litre bottle of Coke, Lucozade for hangovers, things like that. Don't take bottles of water because it's just heavy as fuck, and they do have water points at the festival. Just take water carriers, they're cheap, you can reuse them, they're not very heavy. The other important thing, non-alcoholic wise, Relentless. This is my 12-pack can of Relentless. It's going to get me through the festival, basically. If you drink energy drinks, make sure you bring a lot of them because you'll need them. As you can see next to me here, when Pagan moves out the way, I've got a slab of Stella, a slab of Budweiser, and a slab of Red Stripe. I'm also going to be taking beer, Guinness, and cider, just so I can have a selection of alcohol available. I've also got a bottle of Jägermeister from last year, which I didn't end up drinking, and a bottle of whiskey, which is probably not going to make it to the festival this year because I've already started drinking it. Okay, that's pretty much it for everything out here.
Yo, I can see you taping me.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video. As I say, this is part 1 of 2 videos. See me in the next video where I'm talking about clothing and miscellaneous and just other things you may not have realised you needed for a festival. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, click like, click subscribe, do a comment, tell me I'm brilliant, tell me any other things you take for food and drink and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Alright, cheers guys, see you then.
Just tape it to the fucking trolley.
Nice in there.
We're going to wheel you around the village now.